But as the lights illuminate above the drivers, and when they go out, we're racing here at the Principality of Monaco. Now as you see, he's caught right at the back of Massa yet again as we go into Raskas. It's Sebastian going to try and pull off an almost impossible move. On the outside of Raskas, he's going to have a go, and he just about does it! What a move from Sebastian Vettel. And Sebastian has been struggling with the tyre wear now, and it looks like it could be the time to pit very, very shortly. Kimi Raikkonen has been pulling away, however, into the swimming pool chicane now, and he hits the wall, spins, and that's Kimi Raikkonen. He's collected Kimi Raikkonen, and Raikkonen has lost his front wing. Vettel moves up into 4th position. He's going to have a little look at Daniel Ricciardo now, obviously a lot faster on those option tyres. Is he going to try on the outside of the lows? However, it's going to be amazing if he does actually pull this off, and he does it. He's got a good one. Is he going to try what he did to his teammate around the outside of Raskas? Is Vettel going to pull it off again? And he does! Sebastian Vettel has taken second. Another brilliant overtake there from Sebastian. And Sebastian Vettel now slightly struggling on these tyres. Exits the final corner to take his 3rd consecutive second place finish here in Monte Carlo.
It's nearly 10 o'clock in the morning here in Canada, where today's practice session marks the start of this weekend's Canadian Grand Prix. It's always enjoyable coming to Montreal as it produces an exciting weekend's racing. High speeds and tough corners means there's always a chance of a driver losing their front wing, going off into an escape road, or even heading into the gravel.
Well, the Wall of Champions always seems to catch 1 or 2 drivers out because of how close they get to it as they arrive at such high speed. We can probably expect to see someone end up there over the course of the weekend.
A few of the drivers have mentioned how important it will be to look after their rear tyres here. I know the Sauber and Toro Rosso guys are particularly worried about how they're going to manage that, as it's perhaps one of the areas they're still trying to get on top of.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
Hey, what's up? It is Dan, or DMAD96 here, and welcome back to Sebastian's return to glory for the Canadian Grand Prix, round 7 at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And Sebastian Vettel, last time out, had an excellent result to 2nd place at Monte Carlo, where he pulled off a superb drive, starting 4th on the grid and finishing the race in 2nd, pulling off some absolutely outstanding overtakes on Daniel Ricciardo and the 2 Williams drivers, which helped him finish 2nd in this Grand Prix. This track he's won here before, and he's had success in qualifying on pole position quite a few times, so he's hoping he can repeat that success again, maybe collect another win just like he did in 2013. But now, let's go straight to the qualifying report. The F1 season takes a small break from Europe and moves on to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix. Heavy rain was forecasted for the later sessions, which will throw up an exciting twist for the drivers as session 1 began in the dry. It was back to the back row of the grid for Manor after a good showing in Monaco, with Will Stevens taking 19th. Fernando Alonso would find himself eliminated in Q1 in 18th, as Jenson Button made it into Q2, however only managing 15th. Sergio Perez's season continued to get tougher with 16th place, whilst teammate Nico Hulkenberg didn't fare much better in 13th. It was another miserable qualifying for Pastor Maldonado in 17th position, as teammate Romain Grosjean made it through to the rain-soaked Q2 and missed out on Q3 in 11th. A much better session for Toro Rosso sees Max Verstappen 10th, ahead of teammate Carlos Sainz in 12th. The tricky conditions in Q2 caught out Daniel Ricciardo, as he will start in 14th outside of the top 10 for the first time this season, whilst teammate Danny Kvyat showed solid pace in Q3 in 8th position. With rain heavy in Q3, Sauber endured their best qualifying of the season, with Marcus Ericsson making Q3 for the first time in an impressive 9th, whilst Felipe Nasr was once again the star of the session in an excellent 6th. The heavy conditions in Q3 saw Valtteri Bottas struggle to 7th, whilst Felipe Massa, who's used to the wet weather, qualified in an impressive 4th. A big shot was Nico Rosberg, who was nearly a second off pole in 5th, as for teammate Hamilton, he would line up on the front row in 2nd. Just managing pole position for the 2nd time this year was Sebastian Vettel, whose lap time was nearly half a tenth quicker than Lewis Hamilton in 2nd. As for teammate Kimi Raikkonen, he completed a good session for Ferrari, qualifying in 3rd.
It's nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's time to go racing here in Montreal. The Grand Prix de Canada was a firm favourite of Michael Schumacher, who won here a record 7 times. Many of our drivers today would be really happy just to win it once. On pole for today's race is Sebastian Vettel, who'll be feeling very confident ahead of the start. He put in a wonderful performance yesterday, and if he drives like that today, well, he could be unbeatable.
It's certainly better for a driver to be out in front, as they're able to drive without having to contend with the dirty air and overheating caused by being sat behind another car.
Just what do you think will be going through Fernando Alonso's head as he watches now how well Ferrari are doing this year?
Fernando left Ferrari as he didn't believe they'd be able to offer him the opportunity to win that third world title. If he knew this form was around the corner, I dare say he would have stayed put.
So here we are on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix. An excellent lap from Sebastian in the wet. Sees him a few attempts fast from Lewis Hamilton. He'll start second. The track has dried out for the race, so it should be a good one today. See if Sebastian can convert his pole position into a race victory. Once again, the strategy says one stop, but I think this track is more of a two-stop strategy track. As for lights illuminate above the drivers here at the circuit, Gilles Villeneuve, and we are racing. Lewis Hamilton has got off to a good start off the line. A better start than Vettel, and he has merged ahead as we go into turn, but Vettel holds off around the inside line. Sebastian Vettel holds on to the lead, and Kimi Räikkönen having to go at Lewis Hamilton as well, but Lewis Hamilton holding on to second position, but Sebastian Vettel leads out of turn 2 as the field goes down towards the chicane. It's Vettel, Hamilton, Räikkönen, Bottas as they go to the end of sector 1 now, and a brilliant start from Sebastian. That's what he needs, some pole position now. Lewis Hamilton having a little look now, going to the left-hander, but Vettel holding on to the lead, and this is what Sebastian Vettel needs if he wants to extend his championship lead over Nico Rosberg, who closed the gap in Monte Carlo. And now Sebastian is just pulling away as we go into the chicane now, and Sebastian's still keeping this form up at the minute as Lewis Hamilton is closing in, but Kimi Räikkönen's having a little look behind of Lewis Hamilton. We go on board with him right now. He's having a look going into the hairpin, and he goes around the inside, and Ferrari now lead 1 and 2 here at the Canadian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel leads from Kimi Räikkönen in second. An excellent job of the team, but can they actually convert it into a 1-2 finish? But we go on to the end of the second lap now, and Hamilton has repassed Kimi Räikkönen as Sebastian Vettel now pulls up a lead of 1.4 seconds, nearly 1.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Sebastian really has the pace around this track, and we've gone to the end of lap 4 now. He sets a fast lap of race, 1 minute 15.008, and now he's extended the gap to 2.3 seconds over Kimi Räikkönen's having this battle with Lewis Hamilton. He tries to have a move going into the chicane, but no, Lewis Hamilton holds on board with Nico Rosberg now. Räikkönen having a go again, and Felipe Massa even joining in on this fight with the DRS wide open. Räikkönen loses that horrendous. He cuts the corner, and Felipe Massa side by side with Lewis Hamilton. Felipe Massa moves into second place of the Canadian Grand Prix. An excellent move there from the Brazilian, and he takes second place of the Grand Prix. But now moving on to lap 5, Sebastian making a slight mistake there, running wide. Lewis Hamilton has repassed Felipe Massa and has been closing on Sebastian. Has been struggling quite recently in these past few laps, and yeah, the gap has dropped to now just underneath 2 seconds. So we skip on to the end of lap 8 now as Sebastian goes for chicane. He is pulling away from Lewis Hamilton again. It's sort of really Sebastian pulling away a couple of laps and then losing time for another few laps, but Sebastian Vettel is running a 2-stop strategy, whilst I believe the rest of the field are probably going to be doing a 1-stop, as Sebastian now has lost a load of time. Now he's only 1.1 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and there you can see him behind. I think he's within DRS range. I'm not too sure, but Sebastian has actually made the decision that he will be pitting for another set of option tyres at the end of this lap. So it might be a risky choice, since he's one of the only drivers to actually make a 2-stop strategy around this track, as there is Lewis Hamilton taking lead of the Grand Prix. Kimi Räikkönen will, I think, move up to second, and Felipe Massa also get past Vettel as well. So I don't know where he's going to rejoin, but I think it's going to be somewhere like the 5th, 6th or 7th region. There's a few more cars going down the pit straight, and he rejoins in 6th, 7 seconds down on Valtteri Bottas. But you can see on the mini-map there, that's Kimi Räikkönen is holding up a massive train. So Sebastian on a fresher set of super soft tyres and the others on worn tyres. This could be Sebastian's chance to catch up and, well, build up a small gap to the rest of the drivers coming to the pits this lap, as Sebastian still has to run the prime set of tyres, whilst these guys are going to try and go to the end on the primes on lap 16 as they all come into the pits right now. And Sebastian is going to pass all of them. He moves back into the lead of the Grand Prix, but how long will his lead be? How many seconds are separating between him and Lewis Hamilton, as Lewis Hamilton, I believe, exits the pit lane now, and the gap is 8.4 seconds to Hamilton. So Sebastian is hoping he can keep that lead over Lewis Hamilton. As we move on to lap 18 now, he goes into the hairpin, and Lewis Hamilton is quite a way back now, and there you see him crossing the line now to start sector 3. 8.8 seconds behind Vettel now, and it's going to be pretty tough for Hamilton to catch up to Vettel unless Vettel's tyre starts to go off in a couple of laps now. But I believe Vettel's prime stop will be in a few laps time as he closes in on Will Stevens to try and lap him, as Hamilton's also dropped another 2 seconds in these next 2 laps now. On to lap 20, and now he's 10 seconds down on Vettel. So Sebastian's really showing his dominant form here on these set of super soft tyres, but yet to see his pace on the prime tyres as he goes slightly wide of a hairpin trying to lap Will Stevens. He's not going to lose much time to Lewis Hamilton, of course, since he is now 10 seconds back. But we move on to lap 23, and as you can see, Sebastian's lap time is very off the pace. He's been struggling with these tyres, and it looks like it will be time to make his pit stop for primes very soon. And Lewis Hamilton has been closing on Sebastian as well. He's closing the gap slightly, a few tenths per lap, but it's not really big enough to make a huge impact. But he will jump him in the pit stops, and Sebastian will have to make his next pit stop, which is what he's doing at the end of this lap. And as you see there on the minimap, Lewis Hamilton is going down the pit straight now. He takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Kimi Raikkonen is also coming down the pit straight. He will take second. So Sebastian has 12 laps to catch and pass Raikkonen and Hamilton, and he'll be on fresher prime tyres, of course, as he just rejoins ahead of Nico Rosberg, and he is in third position definitely now. So we move on to lap 24. Like I said, he's only got a few more laps left of the Grand Prix to try and catch and pass Hamilton and Raikkonen before the end of the Grand Prix. But he is, of course, on fresher tyres than the 2 drivers ahead, and he has shown excellent pace all weekend. So Sebastian really needs to push now. So go on to lap 26. He has the DRS wide open on Kimi Raikkonen just ahead, and he's going to try and make the move going to the chicane. He's quite a way back, but he's going to try anyway. Raikkonen going very slowly, and Vettel takes the position and moves into second place for Grand Prix. And now Sebastian Vettel only has 9 more laps remaining to pass Lewis Hamilton. He is on fresher tyres than the Mercedes driver, and he is 5.5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be very close towards the end, but can Sebastian do this? Here we are now on lap 31. Sebastian Vettel has been pushing like an absolute madman to catch up Lewis Hamilton as we go into the hairpin. Now he will easily get DRS on Hamilton as we go onto the straight, but he's going to have a little look going at the inside of Hamilton, going into the hairpin, and he takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel moves into the lead, and a fantastic pass at the hairpin to take the lead. And Sebastian Vettel now looks on course for his 3rd win of the season. But however, he's got to clear back markers now. There's Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button. Lewis Hamilton had a little look as well, but Vettel has cleared the 2 McLaren Hondas, and now he looks definitely set to secure another victory here in Canada. As we go to the battle for 3rd now, Nico Rosberg side by side with Kimi Raikkonen. Is he going to make it a double podium for Mercedes? Yes, he does. Rosberg takes 3rd. It's not going to be a win, but it's going to be a double podium for the Mercedes team as Sebastian Vettel going back on board with him. He exits the final chicane, and he is going to take another brilliant victory here at Canada, and his 3rd victory of the season. So what a race for Sebastian Vettel, and what a charge he did with in the final few laps to take the victory. 3 seconds eventually ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and his fastest lap was a second quicker than Nico Rosberg, who set the 2nd fastest time. So now moving on to the Drivers' Championship, and as we go on to the next round, back to Europe for the Austrian Grand Prix, Sebastian Vettel now leads by 20 points ahead of Nico Rosberg, with Lewis Hamilton climbing back to 3rd, and then followed by Bottas, Ricciardo, Raikkonen and Kvyat. As far as the Constructors' Championship goes, not much has changed apart from Sauber moving ahead of Lotus, and Ferrari have closed the gap to Mercedes after their brilliant 1st and 4th place finish. So I hope you enjoyed today's race, guys, and now it's time for the podium. So here they are, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg are your top 3 for today's Canadian Grand Prix. It has been an amazing race, guys, and I really hope you have enjoyed watching it. If you have, please leave a like, comment down below and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you next time, guys, for the Austrian Grand Prix, which should be a good one. Until next time, this has been DMath96. I'll catch you guys later.